Okay, guys, I'm gonna guide you through these notes and examples that you're gonna work using your graphing calculator. I've been focusing on different tricks and different keystrokes that your graphing calculator can do, and I really need you to make sure you have your calculator in hand and you go through the actual buttons that I'm showing you to push to get to your solutions. So we're gonna graph and solve systems of equations, and I know you might not really have room on your paper, so I'm just gonna system of linear equations. I'm just gonna write it to the side over here. Basically, it just means two. Let me change my little thing. Two or more. Two or more equations. I'm just gonna abbreviate that, or I can put it there. Two or more equations. So yes, here we. So in the example here, we have two equations. Now I'm gonna change my font. The first one, y equals a negative x minus 7. That's our, I'm going to label that equation A. We're going to see this method to help us with some other ways of solving. And then the negative 5x plus y equals 5, that's our equation B. Now, in order for the calculator to do the calculator trick, or to graph in the calculator period, excuse me, you need it in slope intercept form. And what is that? What's slope intercept form? Well, hopefully you've remembered that is y equals mx plus b. So basically, we need to be able to solve for y to work the calculator. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the equation b over here and solve it for y. So we had a negative 5x plus y equals 5. To solve for y, to get the y term by itself, what's our first step here? Exactly. If you said add 5x to both sides, that's exactly right. Okay. When you do that, the x terms are going to cancel. I'm going to rewrite it over here to the right. And now I have y by itself, y equals, put your x term first, which is 5x plus 5. You cannot add those. Those are not like terms. Remember, we're trying to put it in this form, mx plus b. So we want the x term to be first in the equation. So now that we have this, here are our steps right here, 1, 2, and 3, of how to get our answer. We're going to press the y equals button. Go right here, y equals. And we're going to put in our two equations. Equation A would be our y1, which is a negative x. And then we put minus 7. Hit enter. And our equation B is the 5x plus 5 that we solved for. Now, on here, you might need to do this. If I look over here, this is going to be a shading, and I don't want, it's still in my inequalities, those that we were working on earlier. So what you need to do is arrow to the left, hit the enter to get your line. And remember, we want our line for these problems for systems. You don't want shading. We don't have an inequality symbol, a less than or greater than. So what we need to, I'm going to enter. We need to make it a line. So I'm going to actually go left, left, left. There's my line. Enter, hit OK. So I'm going to go up and change my y1, hit enter, and then I'm going to go, oops, nope, I'm going to keep it blue, sorry, hit enter, and then I'm going to change left and hit enter to change my line. See, we want the line to be a solid line right here, okay? So put the equations in, and here, right here, it says step 2. You're going to hit the graph button. The graph button is in the top upper right-hand corner. So we hit graph, and this is what we should see. And if you look, this is exactly what the picture of the graph is. Now, with a system, whenever you have 2 or more lines, you need to add this little note to your worksheet. The intersection, if you have an intersection, which is right here, okay, intersections is a solution. So you will have one solution if you have an intersection. If lines intersect, sorry, I kind of kind of got on the graph here. So the calculator will find that intersection for you. This is step 3. So let me get my calculator back up here, and I'm going to come over here to this side so we can see it together. I'm going to kind of go over this way a little bit. Okay, so this right here, you're going to hit the second button, which is the blue button, and then you're going to hit cal. To get to calculate, written in blue up here, you have to hit the trace button. So you hit second trace, and then you're going to pick number 5, intersection. So I'm just going to type the number 5, click the number 5, and then it says right here, enter, enter, enter. You're going to hit enter 3 times. Because what it's going to do is right now, this cursor is on my blue line. And so I'm going to say, yes, I want you to choose. I'm telling the calculator to select the blue line. Then I'm telling it to calculate the red line. And then it's going to say guess. Oh, you want me to guess between these 2 lines? That's what the calculator is basically asking. I'm going to say enter again to say yes. And you see the word intersection. You have to see the word intersection to get a solution. So our intersection, our solution, and we can go ahead and write this over here, is the order pair, let me get my pen, -2, -5. So the point of intersection is the solution. If you don't have a point of intersection, okay, if the lines don't ever touch, then that's what we call no solution. So let me just kind of highlight that over here. Anytime we have parallel lines, you're going to have no solution. And this is what the graph is going to, or the calculator is going to do. And here's an example. And we can kind of work smarter, not harder. So like if I had, let me come over here, sorry. If I was to put that in, let's go y. We have a -x. It said +1, enter, and then a -x, -2, enter. So hopefully you notice something, okay? These 2 equations have the same slope. It's a -1, okay? Anytime I see an equation with the same slope, the graph is going to be parallel, okay? Parallel lines never intersect. But let's say I forget, I'm just going through the motions. I go second trace, I hit 5. That's what we pick, intersection. We hit enter 3 times. And then we get this message. No sign change, quit. Calculations are not detected in a sign change to give an estimate result, meaning there was no intersection. So then we would put no solution. And you can go ahead, we have a symbol for that. No solution, remember, is a 0 with a vertical line through it. Okay, it's an empty set. Now, if for some reason we get the exact equation, that's what I'm saying, work smarter, not harder. If we see the exact equation, so coinciding lines, it means lines on top of each other. And that would be infinite solutions. So I'm just going to graph it. I'm just going to show the graph. So we had, if I put y equals, I'm going to go enter to get out of there. So y equals, and I have 2x plus 1. And then the second equation was also 2x plus 1. You're going to see the coinciding when I graph it. So when I graph this, it's going to show the blue line first, and then it's going to show the red line on top of it. Watch. Blue, then. See, the red went right through. It was real fast. Right through. So that's coinciding lines. It just means they're on top of each other. They coincide. Every point is touching each other, okay? And since they're exactly the same line, we're going to have infinite solution. So a little note for this is that understanding this happens, infinite solutions, infinite many solution happens when you have the same equation. Sorry, I ran out of anytime you have the same equation, and if you look, those are exactly the same, then we can put infinite, or you can put all real numbers, which is that symbol there, okay? So now that I kind of have these steps here for you, I want you to use these steps and your graphing calculator to sketch, right here it says sketch the system and find the solution. So there's 2 things we're doing. We're just sketching the line and finding the solution. So I'm going to do the first couple with you, just make sure we're on the right track. I'll probably make the first odds. So we go to y equals. These are already ready to be put in. So I'm going to clear this out. I'm going to make a -2x, 2, and that, remember the x is next to the green alpha button, to -4, enter. And then we need a 2x. I'm just going to change this to -4 here. And then we hit graph. Now I see the lines intersecting, so I know there's a solution. So to get to the solution, you hit second trace, pick the word intersection, which is number 5, and then hit enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And there's your solution. The intersection at 0, -4. So when we know it's happening right here, sorry, the solution is at 0, -4. We know it's right here. They just want you to sketch the graph. So let me go back to my calculator right here. So I know this graph, this first line was increasing like that. And then this line, and it looks like it touches that one. I should have probably hit, let me fix my line. I can make my sketch a little bit more accurate. So it touches 1 here. So it goes like up like that. And then -1, and it goes down, oops, down like such. And then where they intersect, that's the solution. Okay. Now, if it's in y equals, you can just go ahead straight to typing it in. But like on example 3 here, or problem 3, the first one is ready to type in 2x plus 6. We can go ahead and put that one in for y1. I'm going to clear that out and put 2x, 2, and the x member is right here next to alpha, plus 6. I'm going to clear out y2 because on here, if we look, this is not in slope-intercept form. So what we have to do is say minus, I'm going to put that in blue, minus 3x on both sides. That 3x terms cancel, and then I'm just going to rewrite it over here to the side, which is, sorry guys, trying to get that, there we go, sorry, maybe it'll work better now. So this would be y equals -3x minus 14. Okay, so there's my second equation. So go to your calculator, go to now y2 here, put a negative, remember the negative's down here by the inner, -3x, and then plus 14. Okay, make sure I said that right. Yeah, no, minus 14. I think it was minus 14. Yeah, minus 14. I apologize. Minus 14. All right, now we're gonna hit the graph button. Yep, we see the intersection. They do cross each other. So what do we hit now to get to the calculator calculating that intersection? You said second trace, exactly, okay? And what do we pick? Intersect, so we have to hit, yep, number 5. And now what do we have to do? Let's see if you remember. Enter 3 times. Enter, enter, enter. You have to see the word intersection to get a solution, to actually get to the answer, or the calculator to calculate that answer. So this is at a -4, -2. So let's go to our, back to our -4, -2. And then you just need a sketch. So -4, -2 is here. And we want it to sketch. I'm going to move it to this side here. We want it to sketch that line. So we have one line kind of going down like such, and another one going up like that. Okay. So just get a sketch. It doesn't have to be exact. What I'm really checking is, can you get to the solutions? All right. So I want you to kind of finish this. And this is going to end up going into our spiral. And then when you're done with this, you're going to go to IXL and do some practice. Let me show you that here in a second. Hold on. Okay, so when you get into IXL, we want to be from the teacher, and if you want to hover over here and pick just me, if you have more than one teacher that use IXL, you can focus on the math skills that you have to complete. So right here is 0-2, solving a system by graphing. This is the one that correlates to what we just worked on a graphing calculator. So when you click on here, it's going to give you some problems. And right there, it's in slope intercept form. So now you can use the graphing calculator to help you if you need it. So like if I needed some guidance, I can go to y equals, I'm gonna move this over a little bit. We had 5/2, so alpha x to make the fraction, so 5 on top, 2 on the bottom, arrow to the right for the x, and then plus 4. And then we need here, let me clear this out, we have 1/2 x. Now, let me show you something when you do this. This calculator is to help you get to your answer. IXL is going to check that you still can graph it correctly. Okay. So they want you to collect a set of points, sorry, on the graph. So if I want to do the 1/2 x, which is right here, the red line, I need to put at the origin. I can see that, and I have to go up 1 to the right 2. And we're going to click that. Now to do the 5/2 x plus 4, we have to start at the y-intercept. We click there. Hello. Let's see if it'll let me. Oh, okay. I forgot down here. Look, that's going to be my blue line. That, okay. My green line, I got to click on the equation that I'm graphing. We start at 4. Hopefully it lets me. Let's see. I don't know why. It's going to mark this wrong. Watch. I'm pretty sure it is. So, okay, count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then over 2. So this comes right here. Click. Okay. Then they want you to submit your solution. And the reason why, oh, because I went down. I need to go to the right 2 right here. There we go. Sorry. Down 5 to the left 2. All right, our solution is at the point -2, and then we're down 1, so -1. And I think this is going to end up marking it right because, I mean, wrong, because my green line is showing actually this blue. So let's see what happens. You hit submit. All right, yeah, that's exactly what. Okay. You could double check your explanation right here. Okay. If you look, my graph of the looks the same. It's just the color of the lines are off. And I don't think it's going to give you partial credit. So make sure you're indicating, got it, here we go. We're indicating which line we're doing. So like if I'm right now, if I have this clicked, I'm doing the green line, which starts at a -7 right here. And then it has a -1 slope. So that's that. Then now I highlighted this one. We're starting at a -2. We're counting up to 1, 2, to the right 3. Click. And now, did I do that right? Now we need to get the solution. If it'll let us, nope, sorry. -2. There we go. Over 3. There it is. We're looking for that point. That point is at a -3 down to a -4. So if you got the hang of this, you're going to just do this, work on this. You can use your graphic calculator to help you. There we go. All right. And thank you for getting this done and making sure you understand to do the notes and use your calculator. So this should be completed as well. Don't forget that. And I will stamp check it, but I will be checking your results and Edpuzzle. Thanks.